Hi guys. So thanks for waiting. Apologies that I'm late. Right, so, and a tick before we've even begun, that's fantastic. So just let me know who's here, just so I know. So if you are somebody that wants something to translate, can you send me a WhatsApp just saying hi? Okay, so even if you are someone that I've spoken to before, même si vous êtes quelqu'un avec qui j'ai déjà parlé, just send me a WhatsApp saying hi. Envoyez-moi un WhatsApp disant salut, en me saluant. If you have never done it, but you would like to do it this week, that's absolutely fine. Si vous l'avez jamais fait, mais vous aimeriez le faire cette semaine, voilà, je suis bien d'accord. Send me a thing to WhatsApp, which is, there we go, there we go. So I've got Nina, I've got Sam, I've got, yeah, so if you could, so I've got Amy, I've got John, I've got Nina, could you send me a WhatsApp? I know who you are, but could you just send me a WhatsApp? So I've got you to respond to. Right? So if you want to take part, can you please send me a WhatsApp? Even if Mateus Costa de Oliveira, you're welcome to take part. Send me a WhatsApp so that I know who I'm doing. So I've got Claire, lovely. I've got Nina, that's great. Not in the group. Somebody's typing in the group, not in the group, an individual WhatsApp. Right? Susie, great, lovely, lovely. Susie, can you just remind me your level? Yeah, can you just remind me your level? Right, off you go. So, John, I would tell Luke that I am here if I knew how to do it. He could give me something to translate. That's for John. Sam? I don't believe it. Without using le, think about it. I want you to have a little think of something else. Luke's shamed me. He's trying to find something difficult for me. What a sod. That's for Sam. Nina, can we have? It's always a pleasure to see him, and I am happy to be able to send it him. Susie, Claire, we've got, so Claire, I will speak to him this week during our class. I am going to send him. Think of Claire, think of what's being sent. Lots of messages. Ron, am I sending you? Cherry, send me a WhatsApp. Anybody that wants work, send me a WhatsApp. Send me a WhatsApp, okay? Beginner Susie. Izzy is in. Yeah, Izzy, remind me you're A-level, aren't you? So after installing myself in a really comfortable chair, I'm ready to do it. I hope I can get through it. That's what you see. Anybody else I've not given anybody to? Claire's had Amy. Amy's got I just right, and I'm ready to start. It makes me happy that Luke makes me speak. It's great. He does it. That's for Amy. Harry, I've noticed what you're saying. Sam's got one, John's got one, Amy's got one, Claire's got one, Nina's got one, Izzy's got one, Susie, beginner with atrocious grammar. I doubt that very much. Luke, I'm happy to be here, and I am happy to be able to do it. I want to be able to talk to you. For Susie. Ron, are you taking part, Ron? I haven't had a WhatsApp from you. Stephen. Stephen says, I'd like to give it a try. I'm probably intermediate reading, but less speaking. That's the point, Stephen, as is everybody. All right. So, Stephen, after watching several videos, Stephen decided he should try to do it. All right. That's for Stephen. And Ron, I'm going to just message Ron. Cherry, it's great that Luke gives us this kind of thing. It's really something useful, especially for those who are preparing their exams. Preparing for their exams. All right. Ron, I haven't had a message from Ron, but privately, but I know he probably wants one. So let's give Ron one. Ron, I'm sending you one. Hi, there, you've got me. So remember, this is all to be. Quick reminder, guys, when you give me your French, tell me in English what it was you were supposed to do first. Avant de me le dire en français, dites-moi en anglais ce que je vous ai donné. Dites-moi en anglais ce que je vous ai donné. Ron, Ron, are you beginner? I can't remember. I forgot. Ron, could you tell me your level? Howdy, Ron. What level are you? Remind me. Beginner, intermediate, advanced? Where would you say you are? Everybody's welcome, but just tell me your level. Right. Off we go. So we've got Sam. So lovely. So Sam was given. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Nola. Luke's shamed me. He's trying to find something difficult for me. What a sod. Vowels! Sam is one of our finest grammaticians and has a fantastic vocab, but vowels. Yep, go again. Send it me again. However, croire à. So nice, what you've done. Faire la honte. What's the slang word for faire? So Luke's done me the shame. What's the slang word for faire? What's the rudest slang word for faire? He's trying to find something difficult. Not someone, something, okay? What aside? Lovely, that's great. So it's largely all right, mostly okay, but sort the bits that I've told you and do the proper thing. All right, so Sam, same as soon as possible. My goal this week is to have a quick turnaround. Ben, okay. Although Ben, this is Ben, although he arrived late, I don't resent him. That's for Ben. All right. Claire had. Let me find Claire's. Why isn't find function working? I will speak to him this week during our class. I'm going to send him lots of messages. Good. So Claire has understood that when you've got a verb tense which doesn't have an auxiliary, I don't know why I'm looking down. It's because I'm always trying to read. I'll just look here until I correct you. Claire has understood that when there is a verb tense which has an auxiliary, that you're just going to straight away, or without an auxiliary, you are just going to go I and then the pronoun. So I will speak to him this week. She's also understood that's indirect. So it's not le l'aller, it's lui and leur. So je lui parlerai cette semaine. Nice, Claire, and nicely linked. I'm going to send him lots of messages. What did she say? So good. So she's given me during our lesson, she said pendant, which is just a British pronunciation, or it's even more British than Australian. Pendant, pendant, pendant notre cours. Try not to use leçon. Pendant notre cours. I'm going to send him lots of messages. No. Think, Claire, for the last one. I'm going to send. You've got an infinitive, Claire. You don't need to always say je vais aller. People just get trapped saying it. Je vais aller is I'm going to go. We're not going to send. Also, Claire, remember, what are you sending? Are you sending him or are you sending something to him? So think whether this is direct or indirect, Claire, and remember that you don't necessarily need an aller. Just send me the last sentence, Claire. The rest was great. Well done. Amy? No, Amy, give me the fucking English first. Jesus, young people, they can't follow instructions. English first, otherwise I can't remember what I've given you. Let's have a hunt. It slows me down. Presumably I've just done something. I've just arrived and I'm ready to start it. It makes me happy that Luke makes me speak. Lovely. So I've just arrived and I'm ready to start. Je viens d'arriver. So using the expression venir de for when you arrive. So je viens d'arriver, nicely linked. Et je suis prête à commencer. A-P-R-E with an accent T would be pronounced as prête à even on a chap, even on a guy, because the T afterwards, followed by an A, would be sounded like a prête à, like the sandwich store, prête à manger. So, je suis prête à commencer. It makes me happy that Luke makes me speak. The verb to make somebody an adjective is not faire. It is a verb beginning with R. You do not faire someone an adjective, you rendre them an adjective, all right? Categorically, you faire someone a verb, all right? Also, if I say it makes me happy that, the first half of that was a emotion, an emotional clause. So what happens on the right-hand side of a que if there is an emotion on the left-hand side? Subjunctive, all right? That Luke makes me speak. It's great he does it. It's super is a neutral sentence. It begins with an it is or an it's. And neutral sentences on the left-hand side of a curve. No shit, Sherlock. On the right-hand side, go subjunctive. So both of those, it makes me happy that Luke makes me speak. And it's great he does it. The second half after the cut will be subjunctive in both of those. Anybody that doesn't understand why that is that, number one, you would do very well to order the grammar podcast, them devoted to that. 4 minutes for 4 minutes for the explanation, 4 minutes for the examples. If not long, so if you just send me an email about either of those. So again, yep, verb I'm using to make. Amy, and then bring in the subject. I've got John. So John has got some woulds and shoulds and coulds, if I'm not mistaken. I would tell Luke that I'm here if I knew how to do it. Give me something to translate. And John can follow an instruction now, and he's got to do brilliant. Now, je dirais well done, John. But think about it. You would have said le and lui beautifully. But what are you telling? If you say I tell him, you, as you well know, you say je lui dis. So just because in English you say I tell him, which sounds terribly, what are you telling? Are you telling Luke or are you telling something to Luke? In other words, is dire a verb which uses people directly or indirectly? So if you say je vais dire or je dirai or whatever the tense was, Luke, or je vais dire to, show the to Luke. Let's keep listening to the rest of it. Lovely. Si je savais. So if you've got a past tense after the word if, then you are one of my repetition, description, mental state. If one of the reasons you will go into the imperfect is the after the word if. Those of you that have the podcasts, I'm going to start, even for people who are not watching this live, I'm going to mention the number in the podcast so that you know which grammar points to look at that point. So that would be quite useful. So for that, in that case, that would be, let me just quickly bring it up, if you bear with me. French sound files. So many Google accounts. Got them in learning order. Go on, open. So that is addressed, if you just bear with me, guys. Where are we? Which past tense to numbers 29 and 30? Yeah, it's used in numbers 29 and 30. It's discussed in 20. It's also then discussed in the in the imperfect, which is 35 and 36. So 20, 30, that will be talking about that. Right. So that's your one, John. So if you could just sort out the first sentence. Oh, he would give me something. That last bit. Lovely. Now, John, you were talking the other day with me about the trampoline. So, il pourrait me donner was lovely. He could. Lovely, John. And I always say, if you've got more coming after an infinitive, you need to bounce down into the de. However, if you've just got the infinitive and nothing else, so, you know, it will often be an a. So the trampoline here is a mini trampoline. You don't need as much bounce. So it's going to be quelque chose à traduire, you know. Lovely. So just give me the first sentence again, John. Nina?
Yeah, hello. It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to see him, and I'm happy.
It's always a pleasure to see him, and I'm happy to be able to send it to him. Toujours un plaisir de him. Yeah, plaisir de le voir. Don't be obsessed with the word him, because if it were to him, be obviously to him. So, for example, I tell him, that's still going to be indirect. So don't be obsessed with whether or not you've got the word to in the English, or whether it's direct or indirect. Je suis content de pouvoir le lui envoyer. So the grammar is correct, Nina. Just think, where's the stress going to go? Le lui envoyer. We don't stress on le lui. Okay. I've just treated myself. I got a brand new bag for my sport stuff. It cost me an arm and a leg. You know, it cost me a lot. Phrase or expression. Alex? Yes, of course you can, Alex. For you, Alex, the right way. Hello. So that's Alex. Please, you get it? Susie? I'm happy to be here and I'm happy to be able to do it. I want to be able to talk to you. Lovely. So, je suis heureuse d'être ici. If you're going to use heureux and heureuse, remember they've got a gender. Okay. Now, those of you that go, hang on a moment ago, you told me happy had the subjunctive. Yes, it does if there's that. The alternative and the infinitive. But notice, if our friend lovely happy to be here, who's being happy? Susie. Who's being here? Susie. So there's no change in person. Yeah? You wouldn't say je suis or je suis, you know, je suis. You wouldn't use it really like that. You'd say je suis content d'être ici. Lovely. Let's listen to the rest. So what I'm saying is don't feel the need to use the subjunctive just because you've got emotional or neutral. It's only when you bring in a cup. Link that. Je suis heureuse. Link it. Je suis heureuse. Good. So that is a modal verb, guys. So bits before verbs. I'm going to be able to do it. Je vais pouvoir. In other words, if you have multiple infinitives, you'll go before. I vais essayer, continuer à pouvoir le faire. It would always go before the last one. Lui parler. Does it speak to him or speak to you? I can't remember what I gave you. Tu, toi, me. So, but it'd be te parler. For the U, you're not used to linking stuff. You see, due presence. I would like. You have received them. That's for Susie. Yep, that's for Susie. Yeah, a journalist has just given you lots of presents. And I'm happy to be able. A journalist has just given. The journalist has just given you lots of presents. I'm happy that you have received them. YouTube's saying there's a problem, so. Cherry, please learn to follow instructions. Give me the English first. Give 22 just doesn't listen. It just makes me not want to help you or mark you, Cherry. It just makes me think, no, can't be bothered. Please give me the English I've given you. I'm not going to remember what I gave you, and I have to then go all the way up. Right, hang on. Cherry. I can't find what I gave you, Cherry, my darling. What did I give you? Let me have a look. Because I can correct the French you've given me, but it's about giving you what you go to. Sorry, Cherry, I'm not going to mark it. Could you just text me? Could you just literally tell me what the English is? Send me another message and tell me what the English was, because I can't mark it until I've heard that. Yeah? Yeah? It gives us this kind of thing. It's really useful, especially for those who are preparing for exams. Lovely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Lovely. Now, c'est bien. Yeah, there's better words. Ouais, c'est formidable, c'est fantastique. C'est bien is like a bit of a nice word. Don't use that. For A level, I don't want you to be using c'est bien, and I certainly don't want you to be using it in an A level oral. Yeah, it's a piss weak adjective, my darling. It really is. Now, I gave you it's great that Luke gives us, so you didn't actually get the chance to demonstrate there your subjunctive, but I hope you spotted, everybody, that she was given it's great, which is a neutral expression. It's using the word it's. So what that means is automatically subjunctive. It's great that, yeah, whatever comes after that will be great, okay? There's no need for on. Why have we got an on? With a very small list of exceptions, Cherry, if you're using an on, it is a pronoun, which means it's replacing what comes next. So Luc gave me lots of cheese. Luc m'a donné beaucoup de fromage. Luc gave me some. Luc m'en a donné. But the fact is, if I've got a pronoun, that's replacing a noun. Apart from exceptions like j'en ai marre de toi, I've had enough of you. All right? It gives us this kind of thing. You've got this kind of thing. There's no need to use a pronoun. Is it lovely that your mouth is comfortable using pronouns? Yes, it is, but it's totally incorrect. Got that there. Spanish, I think it's Amy that does Spanish as well, or somebody, one of you. You will in Spanish have the noun and the pronoun at the same time. Yeah, so I to him speak to John and that kind of thing, right? Quelque chose comme ça is pidgin French. It's beneath you at A level. Ce genre de choses. Ce genre de choses. Guys, there's different words for type. Cette sorte, C-E-T-T-E-S-O-R-T-E. Ce type, C-E-T-Y-P-E, or ce genre. Doesn't mean literary genre, it just means this type. Ce genre de choses. Okay? Il est vraiment utile, or yeah, il est vraiment utile is fine. That's a common error. Particulièrement is particularly, or en particulier. I can't have both. I can't have in particularly. So that's really useful, because that's like a muscle memory, that your mouth goes en particulier and then it goes off into the muscle memory, which is great. You've got a muscle memory, Sherry, but no. So en particulier, not en particulière. So en particulier or particulièrement. For those who are preparing for exams, pour ceux qui préparent. So notice your position that you're used to in your face is pr, because as lovely as your accent is, your vowels are still a little bit English. So what E's do we have in French, Cherry? We don't have E, we have E or E. So you've got to make the decision, is it prépare or prépare? And if it's prépare, what is going on it to make it prépare? All right, so that means it's going to be a capital, an E with an acute, all right? Lovely. Lovely. Your second version, you gave me, c'est bien que Luc nous donne. We only say nous when we've got a link. Yeah, nous avons. Nous, don't visualize, but when we've got an open mouth, all right? So it's great Luc sends us, c'est fantastique que Luc nous envoie. If you've just got a nous straight into a normal verb, no such thing as a nous. A nous. Little tip for all of you, if you've got a pronoun to do, so direct, indirect, or reflexive reciprocal, this is in the grammar podcast. Those of you that don't know the difference, email me and I will send you them. But the fact is, the four main ones, me and te and nous and vous, do not change whether they are reciprocal, whether they are reflexive, reciprocal, direct or indirect. They're the same. But the price you pay for that, is that the shorter ones, me and te, when they have a vowel next to them, will go t, and the longer ones, nous and vous, when they have a vowel next to them, will go nous and vous. All right? Lovely. So next thing for Cherry to translate. It is useful that it's really useful that Luke has given me some. That's to say, the examples we were talking about. And I am going to be able to make use of them as soon as possible. Good. On we go. Sorry, Sam, I've just read your note. Well, hang on, I'll get to your thing in order. Don't say sorry. No, I mean, unless you do it wrong on purpose, there's no need to say sorry. Chouette is too oral. Chouette is too oral. So fine, yeah, it's a little bit more French, but not for A-level. I'm thinking of you and your A-level guys, like you and Amy and a couple of other people. We've got to think A-level. So if you're saying it's great that France has decided to, whatever, ban plastics or something, you're not going to be, where's the chouette? You know, so in your A-level oral, there's a video on this. Will you, Cherry, and will you, Amy, email me and mention this? There's a playlist of this. And that basically means that in an A-level, what to do and say. So you've got to get the formal thing in and then what Cherry or Amy thinks. So for example, you'd say, ouais, il est formidable que la France fasse de. Personal opinion, ouais, c'est chouette. Go back to yourself, back to formal, then your side opinion. So some language belongs in formal and some language belongs in personal opinion in a kind of an informal way. Don't confuse the two. All right, straight on. Lovely, Izzy. I'm impressed already. After installing myself in a really comfortable chair, I'm ready to do it. I hope I can get through it. Now, good, but you need to link. Après m'être installé, so next level up. Once the grammar's largely right, there's a couple of little accent things, but we're okay. Decide. This is how we go for A stars. Decide which words are important. What words have I told you guys aren't important? Auxiliary verbs and pronouns. What words are important? The main verb you're using, or if that verb is being used in partnership with this is for Sam as well, actually, because Sam's at this, so it's a really good speaking level, but it's what's important. If you've got a main verb, fine, use the main verb. If you've got a main verb which is then teamed as a compound with an object, stress the compound. So for example, if you've got après m'être installé, you are very much in a T. And guys, for those of you that don't understand that, and email me if you don't understand, after doing is après avoir plus the past participle, or après être plus the past participle. And any pronouns will go before. So after eating, après avoir mangé. After eating it, après l'avoir mangé. After leaving, être verb, partir, après être parti, after m'être lavé. Now, in a teaching way, I will go après m'être lavé. But basically, normally, way après m'être lavé, you wouldn't stress the être. It's not something you'd stress. All right. Lovely. So again, Izzy. So après m'être installé, put the interest in installé. Dans une chaise très confortable, yeah, ou bien confortable. Je suis prête à le faire. There's no, je suis prête, pause, à le faire. Never, 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 never. Je suis prête à le faire. Stress will be on faire. Stress will be on verb. Yeah, so start thinking about that. Start thinking about which words you're going to stress more. Now, that's just not simplement pour enjoliver ton français. It's because it's going to help you become more familiar with how we speak to you. Alors, vous allez devenir plus familier, enfin plus familière avec comment on vous parle. So, for example, when you're in the middle of your listening exam, quand vous êtes tout au milieu de la preuve écrite, you won't be hunting for, you won't be searching for British rhythms. Vous n'allez pas chercher les rythmes britanniques. So in other words, you're going to understand when we speak to you in a normal French way. Vous allez comprendre quand on vous parle, d'une manière bien britannique, bien française, je veux dire. So it's better for you to do that kind of thing. Yeah? C'est préférable que vous fassiez ce genre de choses. Good. So the next one for Izzy is, and lovely, and the phrasal verb Izzy used nicely at the end is s'en sortir, to get yourself out of it. All right? So I got, this is for Izzy, it's wonderful that Izzy got herself out of it. She had gotten herself out of it last week. I'm really helping you. If she'd known it was, if she'd known so difficult, well, it were so difficult in proper grammar, but we'll go, if she'd known it was so difficult, perhaps she wouldn't have come. Izzy, okay, guys, those of you that are being patient, I'm not in any rush tonight. We will get through it. I promise you, I just work through the green. I work through the green, and these don't think there's anything else than that. Claire? So the message. Yes, Claire. Yes, Claire. Yes, Claire. So je vais envoyer. Yeah. I'm going to send him. Je vais lui envoyer. So well done for knowing that it's a lui because it's to him. Even though in English you're saying I'm going to send him, it's I'm going to send something to him. And let that be your guide, guys. Those of you that are trying to learn this, if you're like, is it le, is it lui? If there's something else in the sentence being touched by the verb, so I'm going to send him lots of messages. The lots of messages, in other words, the thing will be the direct, the le, la, le, and the person will be the indirect, the lui and the le, all right? If you don't understand that, please ping me email.com and I will send you the appropriate video. Good, Claire. Lovely. Next up for Claire. I think that Luke is happy with my progress. We are going to start. He is going to start giving me something more complicated. Why can't I type? I think that's for Claire there. Nice work. Nice progress. Lovely. I don't think I've seen Amy in a while. Let's find Amy's one. Is it there? Dun. It's not there. Who have I got next? I've got Sam. Lovely. So the point that Sam is coming across with nicely is je n'y crois pas. So there's a video going up next week, which is basically about, it's just me going to go through loads of vie de merde. And in it, there's a guy who says, j'ai cru à une blague. I believed to a joke, which is basically, I believed it was a joke. So with the verb croire, what do I always say? Look at dictionary infinitives, look at à, look at en. Yeah, look at the dictionary infinitives. So croire can be done with à and can be done with en. So the expression I don't believe it in French is, yes, you put j'y crois pas or je n'y crois pas. I don't believe to it. If you're saying I don't believe in it, like, you know, she believes in God, but whatever, or he doesn't believe in eating meat, that would be on, you know, j'en crois. I believe it, yeah, because it's croire en quelque chose. Right, so it's all this idea about it. It is not a specific word in French. Think where the it comes from. All right. So il m'a foutu la honte. Il m'a foutu la honte. He did me the shame. Il m'a foutu la honte. Okay. Next one for Sam. What should I say? It's out of the question. I'm thinking in French. It's out of the question. Um, not being able to do it. I'm sick of being accused of being late. That's for Sam. Is that the question for him not being able to do it? I'm sick of being accused of being late. Lacquis wants something to do. Send me a word. Next up from Benjamin. Ben, Bianca, those of you that are paying attention, I'm stressing soit to stress the subjunctive. Normally, yeah, I would soit arrivé, all right? Everybody just rub their nose. Bien. Bien was like a Swedish horn. Yeah, yeah. So, Ben, you saw last week en vouloir à to resent someone. And indeed, in the dictionary infinitive, it came up as à quelqu'un. All right? So, to speak to somebody was parler à quelqu'un. You wouldn't say à lui. You could do that for emphasis and stress, but you'd say je lui. Every time you come across a phrase, Ben, that's got à quelqu'un in it, unless it's an ABC verb, in which case you're not going to be able to put that beforehand. So, for example, s'habituer à quelqu'un, you're not going to be able to say, je, anything before the, the s'habituer. Generally, though, if it's a standard verb, a normal verb, that will be dealt with the pronoun. So in other words, if the verb is en vouloir à quelqu'un, you know to preserve the à quelqu'un relationship, and it's not going to go back in. So Ben, can I have I resent him, he resents them, I would have resented her, she resented him. That's for Ben. It is an which likes, it's a verb, it's a pronouns. Just because in the dictionary infinitive, Ben, it's I'm not going to give you the answer, but just remember what I've been saying. Think about parler, all right? John? I can't hear you, John. I can't hear you. I can't hear you, John. It's really quiet. Can you just quickly send it again? It's literally inaudible. Can you send it again? I won't go round again. I'll wait. I won't wait until it's come green again with your turn. Okay, I'll do it as soon as possible. But could you send it me? Yes, Marcy. YouTube told me that there's a problem. YouTube's been a bit of an asshole for the past few weeks, but lovely. Marcy, I didn't realize you wanted. Oh yes, you're here. Yes, you're here. Great. I didn't see that, Marcy. I'm sorry, but that's how long it takes me. So Marcy's post beginner. Okay. Marcy told me what was happening. I am happy with her because it was very useful. Here's your clue, Marcy. To happen is a reflexive verb. And this what is a non-interrogative, or we're going to call it a non-question what. So it is not going to be qu'est-ce que, quel, or que. It's not going to be one of the what question words, right? It's going to be something else. It might contain an element of one of those, but it's not going to be those, right? John? John, it's the same. It's really quiet, and everybody else is I can hear. So I don't know what's going on. I've never known you bloody quiet, John. Put it that bloody way. So I would tell Luke I am here if I knew how to do it. Lovely. So well done, John. Perfect. So John said the first time, I would tell Luke, je dirais Luke. And it's something to that I am here in memory. John went que je sois ici the first time and then checked himself. Just because you've got a que does not mean you're going to have a subjunctive. It's great, those of you that are learning the subjunctive. If you don't know, like I said, what it is, please email me Logic Language Learning and I will bloody send it you. But do not feel that just because you've got a que, you've got a subjunctive. If it was as easy as that, we wouldn't have our list of want, need, doubt, fear, neutral, impersonal, which is in the Grammar Podcast. If you want the Grammar Podcast, let me know. Those of you with the Grammar Podcast, the numbers for the subjunctive are, where are we? 50 mark, 55 onwards. Yeah, for the next 10 or something, 55 onwards. So have a look at those. So the point said, I think that, let's go with the name, A to Z. Amy is, working. Je pense que Amy travaille. To be subjunctive. Just because I'm saying I think that, incidentally in Italian that is. Anything you say in Italian with think is congiuntivo, which is like the Italian subjunctive. But which takes the pleasure out of saying I think she's beautiful, because it's kind of like you're not really saying it. But the point is, so just because you're using a cut, it's good to be vigilant. But so yes, John, so well done. Anything that you would use a lui in, when you're using a name, use an a. So for example, to look at the dictionary infinitives. So permettre à. So that would mean I allow him, je lui permets. But if I say I allow Christophe to speak, je permets à Christophe. So that's why we look at the dictionary infinitives, because some of the time you're going to have it with a noun, a name, and as Ben was discovering, some of the time you're not going to be able to do that. All right? Nice, John. Good. So John's new one is, I'm happy that we have made lots of progress. I am happy that we have progressed a lot. One is a noun, one is a verb, different. All right, that's for John. Good. Right. Alex? I know, John, it's YouTube. I can't do anything about it. I can't, it's YouTube keeps informing me. My signal's on 5 bars out of 5. Keeps saying, and it's sending me a weird YouTube message as someone running a group chat saying YouTube is some sustaining thing. I do apologize. Let me just check something. Hang on. Right, okay. Right, I'm on to Susie. Oh no, I was still on Alex, apologies. Alex? So Alex is pissing me off, but it's not his fault. His current situation is preventing him from doing it the correct way. So Alex me énervé. So first things, Alex, can I show you? So Alex, yes, my baby is cracked. She is cracked. L'écran, the screen is cracked. Change the thing. So if I take you over here, so if you look, Alex me énervé. So basically, the first thing is if you've got an open mouth word, i.e. beginning with a vowel, you're not going to have m and énervé. You're going to have m'énervé, all right? What have we got next? Mais ça n'est pas sa faute. Lovely. Good job I can read backwards in French, isn't it? In French, we say ce n'est pas de sa faute. It's not of his fault, okay? Where are we? Mais c'est pas de sa faute. Ah, putain, c'est Alex, mais c'est pas de sa faute. Sa situation. That was why I couldn't read it backwards. It wasn't correct. Sa situation présente or sa situation actuelle. Actuelle. Current is actuelle. Notice, guys. Currently, Susie lives in France. Couramment, wrong word. That'd be like Susie wants to speak fluently. Susie veut parler couramment. Actually, Susie lives in France. In English, it's like, the example I always give is actually right now, currently. Actually in English means in fact, doesn't it? Many people think Henry VIII was a right fat sod. Actually, he was very sporty until he had an accident. That would be en fait. So sa situation actuelle or actuellement would be currently, all right? Lovely, Alex. L'empêche, lovely, prevent him. So what you've got to do, people like John, who are starting to obsess about whether it's le or lui, is think, right, is this prevent him? So is it l'empêche or lui empêche? Some verbs, the dictionary infinitive will be something à quelqu'un, and some verbs will be le because their dictionary infinitive will be verb quelqu'un, like aider quelqu'un. So it's got nothing to do with the English for the most part, because there's plenty in French which will be à quelqu'un, even in English if they're direct, right? Lovely. So empêcher, the verb to prevent. Yeah. De le faire correctement, lovely, or in the right way, comme il faut, as it is necessary. Yeah, comme il faut. Yeah. So correctement final, comme il faut. So next one for Alex. Following period of silence, during which he was bored, Luke was finally able to have a look at Alex's work. Lovely. Next up, I've got Susie. The journalist has just given you lots of presents. I'm happy that you have received them. Lovely. So the reason I gave you those, Susie, is I want you to acknowledge that the words that have been coming out of your mouth are franglais. And anything with an OU, not that I would normally overly encourage a visual, but you seem to have a reasonably good grasp of sort of vocab and bits and pieces. OU is what, Susie? What did I previously say? The bloody sound ooh. So there's no such thing as bonjour, je m'appelle Susie. That's Spanish, mi amor. Yeah. Vous, journaliste, vous, pour. It's gonna go, Susie, if you email me and ask me for the ooh pronunciation video, I will send it you, all right? So the point is, you do not want to be saying, you might go, well, possibly, but the point is at high speed, you is saying ooh or ooh because it's going to becoming a blur otherwise. Yeah, so it's the right foot to get set off on. Lovely. So again, bien de vous donner. So I'm going to say, Susie, that at the moment, the minute you say anything that goes bien de vous donner, I'd prefer you to take it more slowly and go vient de vous donner and link the it in the mouth, even if you go a little bit, even if you take a bit more time, or go vient de vous donner, vient de vous donner. I'd rather you get into the habit of jumping into the next word only when you're ready for the next word. And that's really, really important. So is it normal to visually think through in that bit, that bit, that bit? Of course it is. Of course it is. You clearly, in your own English, have a very consonanty accent. You clearly have lovely, neat sort of sounds in your mouth. And ironically, sometimes people like the Bens or like other people, or, you know, I can hear a little bit of it with Izzy as well. Sometimes, I think it was Izzy. So people who've got a bit more of a sort of Midlands or Northern sort of, there's more sound behind the consonants. They're a bit slide. Often that's great in French. So don't be sort of like this in your French. Oui, bonjour, je m'appelle Susie, et moi je. No, okay, it's, don't get me wrong, it's bloody lovely, but we don't want that in French. So oui, bonjour, otherwise these are the people who always come to me and go, I've been living in France, but I can't understand when people speak quickly, particularly if they're male and particularly if they're working class, because we will just join up. Well, alors, you know, that's just what's going to happen. So make your brain love the join by joining your own French. Yep, so let's just check the French though. Lovely, so je suis heureuse que vous les ayez reçus. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Je suis heureuse. I noticed the linking there, Susie, that's getting better. Vous les ayez. So guys, I'm happy that, emotional phrase. So subjunctive. Yeah. Vous les ayez reçus. You don't understand that? Order the grammar podcast or watch the video on the subjunctive. Email me about either. So it made me happy to be able to do it without any problem. It's essential that I can hear the difference between an English way of doing it and the French one. That's for Susie. Next off, Claire. I think that Luke is happy with my progress. Start giving me something more complicated. So that was a really interesting thing. So number one, Claire, it might be wrong, but like the same as John, anybody that gets in the ka and their rhythm in their brain then goes soit, I'm happy with. I know it's not correct here because, as I mentioned a little bit ago, Claire, and our next project, we've dealt with verbs. We dealt with which verb was which. Then with pronouns, Claire. Our next project, and when we do get time for our private, will be subjunctive. So that's great. So it's you hear the ka, and it's lovely that you've got the rhythm of thinking, is it a subjunctive? But like I was saying, penser and croire, they're not want, need, doubt, fear, neutral, which means it is or it's, or an emotional. So if you just say, I think that, the verb on the right-hand side, my darling, is just going to be normal. Just going to be normal. But it's lovely that you made that mistake because it's an advanced mistake to make. All right, so we'll sort that out. But in other words, je pense que normal, indicative. Lovely. So je pense que Luc est. What did I give you? Lovely. So avec mon progrès, my progress, because it's masculine, mon progrès, or notre progrès, we said our progress, but I think I said my progress. Lovely. Il va commencer me donner. Now, listen to the speed, Claire, with which you went, il va commencer me donner. Now, that was good. That was nicely joined up, and you've now got that rhythm that if there's an infinitive, you are going to go pronoun before the infinitive. Good job. Nice. A lot of nice stuff in this one, Claire. Although there's a mistake there because commencer just takes ah. It's just one of the ah. Essayer has a de. Continuer you can do with both. Continuer à, continuer de. I prefer continuer à. So commencer à me donner. The me is still going to go before the donner, but good. Lovely rhythm, lovely cadence, but yeah, commencer has an à. Quelque chose in a de, Claire. That was the teaching, that was the learning curve I wanted for you. Something plus an adjective will be quelque chose de. Now, a lot of people forget that, Claire, when there's more as well. So well done, all right? Because that's good. So a lot of people remember something nice, quelque chose de sympa. But if I give them something nicer, they forget to put in a de. However, the pronunciation of the word plus, I'm sure all of you have an issue with that or have had an issue with that at times. People like Sam and people are well clear of that now. So plus, plus is plus if it's more of something, more of a noun. So I want more cream. Je veux plus de crème. As opposed to, I don't want any more cream. Je ne veux plus de crème. More with an adjective confuses people because they're like, well, hang on, it's more of a quality. You know, Luke is more courageous or something. You know, Luke est plus courageux. No, because courageous is a noun, is an adjective. So more courage, plus de courage. Courage, Susie, C-O-U. More courageous, plus courageux. So in other words, well done, Claire. If you have plus, P-L-U-S for an adjective and then a word which begins with an open mouth, like more interesting, then that will become plus. So effectively, you've got plus, and plus, 3 different pronunciations. If you want the video on that, guys, you can just look it up by searching for the term PLUS or email me and I will send it you. All right, so Claire, that's good. Something more complicated, quelque chose de plus compliqué. So Claire, that was nice. That was nice. That was nice. That was nice. All right, how much green have I got left? Have I got time to give people? Right, I haven't got time to give people any more. So I'm not going to give you any more for this week, Claire, but we are on a nice little roll. We are on a nice little roll, all right? Put out our private that we spoke about, and we will move up to subjunctive. Good progress, all right? So next up with Izzy. All right, so I'm going to look up wonderful. Where's wonderful? It's wonderful that Izzy got herself out of it. She had gotten herself out of it last week. If she'd known it was so difficult, perhaps she wouldn't have. Oh, there was another bit. Perhaps she wouldn't have come. So you haven't given me she wouldn't have come. At the end of this, Izzy, can you just quickly give me she wouldn't have come? Perhaps she wouldn't have come. So the verb is sortir de. And as we were talking about with Cherry, you can only use an en for the most part if you got rid of what's coming next. So if it were like got herself out of a situation, yeah, c'est formidable, c'est merveilleux qu'elle se soit sortie d'une situation, but we've got rid of the what she's got herself out of, and we've swapped it for an en. Donc c'est super, c'est merveilleux qu'elle s'en soit sortie. Notice I'm not going to stress the subjunctive. Good, Izzy, lovely work. She had gotten herself out of it. So nice technique, Izzy. You've been following the videos well. Good girl, very good. But the point is, sortie, if I s'en était sorti. So the trick with these, they are called clusters. Clusters. And what this means, Izzy, is when you do poetry past, je me suis, tu, t'es, il, c'est, nous, nous sommes, you're bouncing backwards and forwards in your mouth over whether it's going to join, whether Travelers London, whether it's going to join or not. But all of the ones with an on in it, the verb to be will be separate. Je m'en, tu t'en, ils s'en, nous nous en, vous en, ils s'en sont, will be je m'en étais, je m'en serai, whatever, 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 whatever. All right? So that is in the grammar podcast. I do recommend them. So do. The fact is, those of you that have them already, quickly let me tell you the number. Yes, that is with 81 and 82 onwards. So basically, in other words, she'd gotten herself out of it. Elle s'en était sortie, right? Last week. If she'd known it was so difficult, semaine. So this is the thing. Anybody whose first language English is nervous of French vowels when they don't know which way to go in. Semaine. Don't navigate like I was explaining to Susie on the continent. Semaine. Vowel journeys are great for anybody, even the people that are advanced. Sam has made phenomenal progress on this. Occasionally it messes up, normally until he gets a slap, but normally once we're up and running, fine. You just have to listen to the vowel. So it feels like semaine, that's because your mouth doesn't like a vowel. It's because your mouth doesn't like a vowel. Semaine. Sounds a bit Kiwi, doesn't it? Yeah? Semaine. No, semaine. All right? O-E. If she'd known it was so difficult. Lovely. So there, for example, your vowel is lovely. Si elle avait su. Su. Lovely vowel. Lovely. Now, I wanted perhaps she wouldn't have come. So what I wanted from you, I think you've gone because you haven't sent me anything else. So she came, elle est venue. She would have come, elle serait venue. She wouldn't have come, elle ne serait pas venue. So John, who I've been doing this week with, oh, she's recording now. So John this week, who I've been doing would, could, should, and also Nick, Australian Nick who lives in Paris. That would make sense to you guys because like I said, the only one out of would, could and should, or would have, could have, should have, where you are going to see the presence of an extra auxiliary is would have. The rest are fine. Yeah. So elle ne serait pas venue. She wouldn't have come. Good. And perhaps there would be peut-être que. Yeah, because you don't say peut-être and then a person, you say peut-être que. And people forget that. YouTube the video and peut-être que. Next up, we've got Cherry. It's really useful that Luke has given me some. The examples we were talking about. To make use of them, right? I know it's a bit complicated, Cherry, but it's trying to get stuff in that's going to give you grammar across the board. Examples. It's really useful that Luke has given me some. That's to say the examples we were talking about, and I'm going to be able to make use of them. No. Nice accent, but again, it's useful. Don't hate me. It's useful. It's a neutral begins not follow. Side note, those of you, so that's Amy, Izzy, Cherry, those of you that are doing A level, if you've got an it is and a really concrete firm adjective, like it is essential, no, it is certain that, then it won't go subjunctive. Yeah, but most, so it's wonderful that Izzy, it's really useful that Luke has given me. Useful is an adjective. It is a neutral expression. So, il est bien utile, ou c'est très utile que Luke m'en ait donné. To me, son. Subjunctive AIT. Yeah, okay, you get this kind of stuff in. What do you think about France? No. Oral thing. Oh, c'est bien utile que la France en ait, whatever. You get this stuff in. So in other words, this is the past subjunctive. Those of you that want to know in your drives, those of you who've ordered the drives, and thank you for the lovely comments underneath. those of you who are watching on the Google, on the grammar podcast, the poetry subjunctive in the past is, where are we? Être, avoir, past subjunctive, 65 and 66, guys. Yeah, so those of you that are following 65 and 66, lovely. So in other words, it's wonderful that you've got, it's really useful that Luke has given me some. C'est bien utile, c'est très utile que Luke m'en ait donné. Look. Jerry, I have to say. C'est-à-dire, lovely, c'est c'est-à-dire. Yeah, c'est-à-dire. So the E is the last one people get. They get the U, they get the OO, like Susie. Yeah, Susie's working on her OO. It's the E. It's always the E. Right? So it's really useful that let's just say the examples we were speaking about. Now, no, relative pronouns. It's really useful, the examples that we were speaking about. So if you use the that we were speaking, you're ending off with an about. The we speak, wait, about is on the end. So it's going to be a dans. It's going to be a dans, Cherry, all right? Les exemples dans, en, se parler. That's going to be reflexive, or dont nous parlions, because it's we were talking to each other. It's reflexive. Even if in English that isn't stated, it will be in French. Cherry and I were talking. Cherry et moi, on se parle. Nous parlions. Automatically. Yeah, automatically. If you say nous avons parlé, okay, you can say nous, I suppose, because it would be dans. But it's we were speaking to each other about. Right? Lovely, Cherry. So basically, you're just someone that you either get it or you don't get it. I'll give you the correction and up you fly. Lovely. On to my lovely Sam. It's out of the question for him not to have been able to have done it. I've just read a message from Emmy. Sorry for making a mistake, but I've never been up for the. Well, you don't have to say sorry. God, nothing serious. I'm just saying it. Please give me the English, because I can't do it. I do normally say it. Those of you will back me up. I do every week sort of say, can you guys please give me the English? I just am trying to be using Control Find a little bit more, but it does make it difficult. God, no one needs to say sorry unless they've actually like deliberately made a mistake to piss me off. So where's Sam's then? Where's his work? Sick of a. I want to see this one in front of me. Sick. I will get through all of your stuff, guys. If you need to go, by all means, just watch towards the end last time. If that's the question for him to have not been able to do it, I'm sick of being accused of being late. Lovely. Il est hors de question pour lui de ne pas avoir pu le faire. Yeah. So il est hors de question. Que subjunctive, by the way. That's a really common subjunctive. Evoker, Sam, if you like. I mean, tu vois, hors de question que je le fasse. But where il est hors de question, outside, physically outside, guys, would be hors, H-O-R-S, where you get hors de service, or hors de question, or hors pair, without an equal. Okay? Hors prix, hors de prix, you know, without a price, priceless, I mean. So il est hors de question pour lui, but it's like I was saying to John, you don't need a subjunctive if the same person is coming across. Okay, so il est hors de question pour lui de ne pas avoir pu le faire. I'm sick of being accused of being late. Look, so j'en ai marre d'être accusé, but that's a little bit using the passive like it's an object, isn't it? You can use that be and then the past participle, Sam, with an object, but more often, tu vois, j'en ai marre de me faire accuser or de me faire disputer or whatever. So it's not always wrong. It depends on the verb, I'm afraid. Some verbs it sort of sounds right, and other ones it doesn't. But, you know, I'm sick of being told off, putain, j'en ai marre de me faire disputer, rather than j'en ai marre d'être disputé. Yeah. But lovely, 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 and starting to sound nice and smooth. Ben? Oh, yes. Ben will resent me for all of these. I resent him. So, Ben, you might be thinking, well, why am I giving you all the work on the same one? And this goes for all of you. It's language, Jim. It's not that that one example is going to be oh so prevalent in your French. It's just like if I'm giving Cherry certain stuff, it's because I then want it to have other similar stuff. So if you then know, right, then I've got a phrase which is reflexive or not, I can do reflexive. If I've got a phrase which is direct or indirect or not, with a pronoun or not, your brain gets used to working in that sort of way. It's not about the individual French. I know that sounds crazy, but it's not. Lovely. So I resent him, he resents me, I would have resented her, she would have resented him. Crikey, not a resentment. Je lui en veux. Yeah, je lui en veux. So I resent him. Lovely. Il leur en veut, but don't stress leur. Can you see what you're doing, Ben? So so are you now linking a lot better, Ben? Yes, you are. Good lad. Are you now still doing that whole, did you see what word I stressed there, Luke? I stressed that leur to show you that that's what I'm doing. So the next step up, this is like I say with Sam, Cherry almost automatically sort of naturally has that to a degree, which is quite interesting because with all due respect, Cherry, there's a lot of grammar you don't know, and I'm sure you understand that, which is why you're here, and I say that with all my support, and I'm happy to help you. But the accent that you've sort of mimicked and adopted, you sort of naturally tend to land your stress in the right sort of place a lot of the time, yeah? So in other words, yes, you're linking, but don't go je leur en veux, il leur en veut, yeah, okay? I would have resented her. Have you got it? Let's have a look. Now, je lui en aurais voulu. Je lui en aurais voulu. Well done. Because it's I, the verb in question is en vouloir à quelqu'un. So je lui en aurais voulu. Je lui en aurais voulu. Je lui en aurais voulu. Nice. She would have resented him. Nice. And what is great there, and Susie, you've got a lovely clear mouth. And don't think I'm knocking you when I say to be careful with the vous, but bloody hell, it really does go when you hear someone speaking French and they get the U and the OO wrong. Ben, you were awful with it originally. Ben, that was great. At speed, you went OU, OU, OU in your mouth. Voulu. Those of you that want to get better on this, do the vowel journeys. Pick any bloody word, any bloody sentence, and just go. Okay, Luke's just bought a new bag, whatever. Luc vient de s'acheter un nouveau sac. U-A-E, un O-A. If you can work your way through a sentence on vowels like that, you're so prepped for France. I promise you, right? It won't happen by osmosis, Susie. You have to train the brain to do it, even if you live in France. YouTube are on. I'm sorry. Ron, we really seem to have bad luck. Like, did I not give you something to translate? I'm sure I did at the beginning, and I've gone in the order that I've had it. I know that you must have learnt loads from watching other people, but I'm sure I gave you something specific. Did I? And you've given me some beautiful poetry. Suis-je encore beau à l'arc-en-ciel? C'est tellement beau. Cela me fait du bien que vous exprime ton amour comme ça. So, am I your raven in the window? L'arc-en-ciel, c'est tellement beau, cela me fait. So basically, let's just talk about that. It makes me feel good. Ça me fait du bien, or ça me rend content. But poetry, or a little bit more formally, this will interest John, the difference, when we're talking about ça and ceci and cela. Cela, John, as I said, will often be used in more formal French. That annoys me, ça m'énerve, or cela m'énerve. So in this case, Ron, I don't know what our bad luck is. I thought I gave you something to translate and I just didn't get it back up you, but I've had something else, so fine. It makes me feel good that you express your love like that. Cela me fait du bien que vous. So that is an emotion. So, it does me some good. That you que vous exprimiez. Yeah, so vous exprimiez, as you looked at the subjunctive there, it would be I-E-Z, I-E-Z for some of my American brothers and sisters. So basically, I eat, sorry, you eat, vous mangez. It makes me happy that you're eating. Ça me rend content que vous mangiez. The subjunctive of the vous will be I-E-Z. One, I swear to God, next week, I'm keeping an eye on you. Yeah, because I don't know where you vanished to. It took us ages to get you on YouTube. Il nous a fallu du temps pour te trouver fin sur YouTube. And now I'm like, where's he gone with the other stuff? Okay, so next week, I'm keeping my little beady eye on you. And you will give me the French I've given you. Right, over we go. Nearly finished. John, just a couple more, and then we're nearly done. John, I can't. So I'm happy that we've made lots of progress. I'm happy that we've progressed a lot. Lovely. Je suis content que nous ayons. Now, John, it's week 2, or next time we meet will be week 2 of our privates. Ha ha. And lovely. Great already that you're comfortable on the subjunctive, but don't show me the subjunctive. What have I been saying? What have I been saying to Cherry? What have I been saying to people? Even those of you in an exam, don't think in an exam you've got to go. So Amy, Izzy, all of my A-level guys, don't be like, ouais, tu vois, il est essentiel que nous ayons. It just sounds rank amateur to stress the auxiliary. Right? We've made bits of good grammar, they get sidetracked. So you were so happy with nous ayons, and we lost faith. But good on nous ayons. Good, but just don't stress it. Ouais, c'est excellent, il est excellent que nous ayons fait du pro. Yeah, it's still a verb. It's not French is not a grammar class. French is a language, okay? But yes, absolutely subjunctive. Ayant, good man, or en est, if you're going to use en. So what did I say? C'est excellent que nous ayons fait du progrès, ou c'est excellent. Now, John, you've just given me, je suis content que nous ayons progressé. Well done. So you use the verb rather than the noun. Progressé beaucoup. People like Monica watching this, people like, who else watching this would go, Lisa watching this, people like my darling Mrs. Shaw, they'll be like, adverbs after verb number 1. So in other words, je suis content que nous ayons, that's our first verb after the que nous ayons beaucoup progressé. So if I said to you, John, Ben eats a lot. Sorry, Ben, I'm sure you don't, but they eat too much, but there you go. So Ben mange beaucoup. Ben a mangé beaucoup. If it was an afterthought, that is correct. Ben a mangé beaucoup. Ben ate a lot. Ben a beaucoup mangé. Because adverbs come after verb number 1. Ben's going to eat a lot. Ben va manger. Afterthought, beaucoup. Ben va beaucoup manger. Yeah, if you've got an auxiliary, the auxiliary is a verb. So in it goes, the adverb will go after verb number 1. Now, this is the same for bien. Yeah, he's going to speak well. Il va bien parler, not il va parler bien, right? I'm happy to do it well. Moi, je suis content de le bien faire. It's still going to go. So adverbs are going to go where they after verb number 1. All right, but good job. Yeah, so think about that. Now, that's really bloody annoying on an A verb, an ER verb, because I was eating a lot. Je mangeais beaucoup versus j'ai beaucoup mangé. Orally and hourly, those two words are identical and are being switched. So I get the pain. I do. Lovely. Nearly done. Sorry, Don, too late to turn up. I'm sorry, Susie. Happy to be able to do it without. It may be happy to be able to do it without any problem. It's essential that I can hear the difference between an English way of doing it and the French. Lovely. So there's a lot of good stuff with you, Susie. I'm not sure if you're still there. Could you just let me know if you're still there? If not, when you watch this, possibly at a later stage. I think you might have gone. but I hope you think to look back and watch it. So if I just tell you that I'm marking yours at 1 minute and 1 hour and 27. Yeah, one. Boom. Susie, I'm marking yours. I think you've gone. It's at 1 hour and 27 minutes. So in other words, there's a lot of good stuff. It made me happy. Well done. Susie's used the correct verb, which is rendre, an adjective, and not faire. But when you talk about made, this is what my legend Mike would have to say about this. And Nick would use the word default. It made, one word in English, which means a prétérit, means a simple past, which basically means your go-to is 1, 2, 3. Your go-to is 1, 2, 3. All right. So cela is a little bit more formal as well. That we're going to go with ça, as I was talking about earlier with John. So ça m'a rendu, because it made me. There's a change going on. All right. There's a change going on. So it's talking about whether it's, so when you've heard this, ping me on WhatsApp and I'll send you the videos that we need that explain this. So in other words, it made me. So if it's like when I was a kid, it made me happy, that's repetitive. So ça me rendait. If it's like one change mentally taking place that made me happy, that's going to be passé composé. So ça m'a rendu content de pouvoir le faire. Let's have a look. I think the rest is great. Lovely. So sans problème or sans aucun problème. Yeah. It's essential that I can hear the difference. Susie, you are very down on your French. You keep saying you're beginner plus. There's a lot of good stuff. Il est essentiel. Try and get a link. You're the queen of the consonants in English. So I think we can have them in French. Il est essentiel. No one needs to see my pearly whites, but there you go. Il est essentiel. Susie, remind me to WhatsApp you. When you've got this, WhatsApp me. Guys, there's a little trick which is called the dinner table trick. So sat at a dinner table, let's say I've got myself, Amy sat next to me, Sam is opposite me, Wendy's opposite. You know, there's 4 people. If the people around the dinner table, so je, nous, Susie, not nous, that would be naked. Vous and tu, they're the 4 people around the dinner table. If you are using those people plus an open mouth, so so it goes open mouth, then you're going to do a z, so it's a z. And if there's the third person, third person, you're going to often use a T. So for example, you don't need to visualize. So if you've got I am here, so je suis open mouth, going to ici, another is one of my dinner table people, so it's a z and t then. So je suis ici, tu, is that at the dinner table? Yeah, I, you, we, you, yeah. Tu es ici, as opposed to he is here, il est ici, or ils sont ici. So that's a normal good guy to do it. Il est essentiel, so il est, it is, plus the third person essential, so open mouth, il est essentiel. Que je puisse, double S. Double S is Susie, give me an S sound, right? Finish off. Guys, those of you that have got to go, I'll finish these off and you can just check your time in the future. Entre la version anglaise ou la façon anglaise ou la manière anglaise, all of which are correct feminine words, of doing it, de le faire, and the French one. John, week 6, and talking about ones, and that's next week for George. So the French one, et la française, all right? Almost finished. Marcy, sorry. Marcy told me what was happening. Now, Marcy, interesting. Marcy m'a dit ce qu'il est arrivé is not by definition wrong, because you can use arriver for happen. You can. But the better one I'd like you to use is se passer. I did tell you what was happening I wanted it to be the reflexive verb. And because of the word was, Marcy, you are going to go to the imperfect. So if it's like, Marcy told me what happened, then yeah, that makes sense. Ce qui est arrivé. Yeah, but basically, ce qui est arrivé, either way, well done. So lovely. We've got ce qui there, Marcy, because Marcy's like what. So what, when it's not a question, is either going to be ce qui or ce que. But if you go into a verb next, it will be ce qui. If you go into person next, it will be ce que. I like what Wendy wears. J'aime ce que Wendy porte. What is happening? Non-question. Ce qui se passe or ce qui est arrivé. It's going to be ce qui. Yeah. But in this case, ce qui s'est passé. What was happening? Lovely. And you've even remembered to make it masculine. Je suis contente avec elle. You could even do a link on the avec, even though I'm a man, that's fine. Parce que c'était très utile, not utile, utile. Straight to the U, but good, lovely, nicely joined, Marcy. You're starting to join nicely. Right, okay, so thanks for, Marcy, you're such a smart cookie. The fact that you tell me what you're thinking, you're working out is really good. So yes, so basically I think I'm going to do another little video on this next week. I'm going to talk about this at the beginning because this is like relevant for you and this is relevant for Susie. This is the which past I'm using, as I've told you already. This will be in the grammar podcast. This will be 32. 29 and 30. So basically, if you've got the word happened, Luke spoke. On its own, you hear one word in English, Luke spoke. So far be it from me to teach you French going off the back of English all the time. We want to get to the stage you don't use English. My mind feels blah, 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 and bang. So Luke spoke, Luc a parlé. Luke spoke every day when he was little. Luc parlait tous les jours quand il était petit. So it's not about the word per se, it's about the feeling. So as Nick and Mike Garland will tell you, they'd be like repetition, description, mental state, and if, and that's great. And indeed, John got that in today, that's great. But it's this feeling as well. So in other words, if you were trying to say happened, on this occasion, it's either happened or was happening. And if I give you a was, it's definitely going to be in this one. All right, good, lovely. I've just spotted John giving a tip on the pronunciation video. That's Izzy. Lovely. Peut-être que, though. We use peut-être que. Yeah. Look at the video on peut-être. Let me know. Yay, last one. Silence. He was bored. Suite à une période, accent on the E. If you say e and it's not E-R-E-S-E-T or something random, you're going to need an accent to make it e. You're going to need an accent, Alex. So, for example, there's none of this sir, miss, is there an accent? Learn the, as I keep saying, learn the U versus the U. Learn the e versus the U. Redefine your verbs. Redefine your nouns. Redefine your adjectives. Go through and make sure you know it. So, in other words, period. Listen to me. Period. Are we saying period or period? You're not saying P. We can't say P, period. Anyway, it doesn't exist in French. We've got E up here, but it's going to be pe, period. So basically, when you come to write that, you know to spell P-E with an acute. You just know that. All right? It's not a question of how do I spell. It's a question of knowing how I say the word, I can do the spelling. I swear to God. All right? So, suite à une période de silence, you've given me une période, which is lovely. So, during which, you know period's feminine. That sounds a little bit too much, but you know what I'm saying. If you know the word period is a feminine word in French, pendant laquelle, you with me, Alex? All the during which, after which, which. Can I remind you, if you're using which with a preposition, Claire, this is something we will progress to very soon. If you say, I am, the man with whom, the object with which, if you're using a preposition and then a pronoun, and a relative pronoun, avec lequel, avec laquelle, avec lesquels, à lequel becoming auquel or auquel, auxquel, or this feminine, à laquelle. Every single one of those options has got a feminine as well. Yeah, and a plural and a feminine plural. Pendant lequel il s'ennuyait, lovely. Luc a enfin pu regarder le travail d'Alex. Lovely, lovely, Alex. The rest was great. Lovely. So if we didn't get everybody's done in time, I apologize. This is getting quite busy, isn't it? So I might have to do two. I might have to do two, and I might take bookings for people who are definitely going to be in each one. So we could then possibly, let me know what you think about that. Let me know in an email or a WhatsApp, either's fine, what you think would improve this for you. Don't say, I'd really prefer to be able to write, because that is not the point. All right. The point is getting over your comfort zone. I like you all to be able to speak, so that when you speak, you learn the muscle memory, so that you can then understand other people, so that then when you come to write, you, through hearing your own inner voice, you know how to spell. Don't think Uncle Lukey just like spelling and grammar and stuff. I teach, it's like, I love all of that, but you can't do it that way. All right. Honestly, you'll be trapped in a sea of franglais forever. So any ideas you've got? I mean, I don't want you pay and reserve yourself a slot. I don't want to really start doing that, but there's so many people, which is great. So I might sort of split it and sort of pop certain people in certain times or whatever. You let me know what you want. If you're all like, Luke, we're happy with a few examples we get within the hour and a half, that's fine. The hour and a half. With the hour and a half, that's fine. Because the rest of it's really useful. If you think, with all due respect, a lot of that week was too hard for me, I'm not ready for that, I'm sure when the time comes it will be useful, or a lot of that week was repetition for me, so I don't really need to do that. Do you think you should possibly stream the class, Luke, have a higher live class and an intermediate lower class, which doesn't mean you can't move up very quickly? And let me know your ideas. Please let me know. WhatsApps, emails, all fine. You're all very welcome. I'll speak to you all next week. I'm not pushing something for the sake of pushing it, but those of you that have done the grammar podcasts, all right, those of you that have done the grammar podcast are flying up the ranks. They allow you to work your way through at a massive pace. They are very quick, and that is why people are doing well with them. So the reason they are solid is because it is 4 minutes and less per topic. So for 20 odd quid, because they took me hours and hours and hours and hours and hours to do, there are 110 of the bastards. Let me just find you the link. By all means, let me find you the link. There we go. There we go. This is the link. So if you want the grammar podcasts, have a look about it. I'm talking about it here. There's vocab as well, and there's going to be lesson ones coming up. But I just think it would be really useful. That's not, the videos will always be free. Always. Yeah. And if you never want a private lesson, no problem. There are people here who have never had a private lesson with me. They've gone up and up and up and up, and nothing makes me happier. It's my Sunday night. I should be in the pub drinking. I'm happy to do this. But I'm saying, for those of you that genuinely want access to the grammar in a quick way, in a slogan way, in the bang, bang, bang way, I cannot recommend the podcasts enough. All right. So have a little look. Okay. Those of you that have written stuff down, I'm sorry I don't always have time to read the notes, but that's because I'm marking the written work. Anybody that's got anything that they don't feel was answered, or they don't understand something that was mentioned, or Luke, you mentioned that, can you tell me? Here's how you're asking for a specific video. Email me, Logic Language Learning. If you are asking for a class, or you got something, or you've got a question, socially or whatever, WhatsApp me. All right. I will see you guys next week. Am I going to be here next week? It's my birthday on the 23rd, and I think it might be my birthday weekend with my best friend. But you know what? I think I'm still going to do it because I like the rhythm we're getting in. Okay. A lot of progress. Really well done, guys. Okay. Some people in particular, I'm really pleased with. Well, that's not to say everybody else isn't, but I mean, people who I've really seen go quickly, you know, from these live classes, good. Marcy as well, other people, really, really good. Alex, lovely work. Good. Cherry, love your accent, can't wait to work with you. Sam, always a pleasure. Great, everybody good. Nobody's disappointed me. Crazy, we've only done 6 weeks. Excellent. If I've missed anybody else, I do apologize. No, I will see you guys next week. All right. Any questions, any comments, anything else other than requesting a video, please do it on WhatsApp. Do a voice, ideally, because it's just a bit more personal. Anybody that wants anything else, a video that I've mentioned, and you go, Luke, do you have that video? Okay, please email me. Anybody that wants the grammar podcast, please email me. All right, guys. Speak to you soon. Loads of love.